experience and no experience selling life insurance. He started with Family First Life 1 year ago, and he's sold 29 policies in 1 month. He started building an agency, and his agency, combined with the few agents he's hired, they've helped 63 families in 1 month. So, Oliver, congratulations.
Hey, thank you, Drew.
Thank you for coming in.
No, it's a pleasure to be here. It's one of my goals since like the beginning. It was like, in the beginning when I pretty much recruited myself, right? I came from Instagram. I direct messaged someone and then I said like, hey, what is that you do? And then, he started to share a little bit. He shared the rough IMO video with me, and that's how I look at it and I was like, okay, I'm in. And then he's like just started to sending me like some podcast, and then that's how I became more familiar with the industry and all the stuff. And I was like, that's cool. Like one day I want to be sitting in.
Well, you're here now.
Yep. It's crazy that I'm here.
That's awesome, dude. So tell us a little bit about what you were doing before and why this Instagram message got your attention.
Well, I've been so when I first came to the U.S., I came to the U.S. when I was 21, no English whatsoever. So the first thing I did, I started to work at construction, because everybody there spoke Spanish, so like that was my comfort zone. So I did that for about 3 years or so, and then I started to like look into all the things, all the opportunities. I started to hanging out with different people. So I did that construction. I did also work like a meat factory plant. I also work at a grocery store. That's the last job that I had.
Nice.
Yeah. So I kind of relate a little bit with your story.
Did you have to push carts?
Yes, I did.
Did you like doing that?
I mean, not in the summer or in the winter.
Did they make you wear that little orange vest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to. Yeah.
Yep, I remember those days. So you're working at the grocery store, and what did the message say you got?
Well, it was someone that he was active on social media, just posting every day, like, like I'm helping these families, I'm helping these many families. It's a great industry. I never heard of the insurance industry before, like at all. And I just, at that time, so how it became about is I made a mistake on my last job. So I was waiting to get a promotion in there. And instead of just getting the promotion, so where I can be like, okay, I'm going to be making this much money, so I'm going to be okay. So it was going to take like another year or two.
What was your mistake?
I made a mistake at the register. Yeah, a transaction. So, I mean, to be fair, that was my mistake. So I took ownership of it. It became to the point where like, okay, do I stay or do I look for something else? Like I cannot just be waiting, on a company to dictate my future, if you will.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so like I messaged him, hey, like, what is this about? Like I said, he sent me a video. I watched it and I was like, you know what, this makes sense. Like I have no idea what this is about, but if it is true that, helping our families, we're gonna get paid well, then I'm like, okay, I'm in. I'm in.
So you learned, was it hard to learn English?
I mean, a little bit in the beginning. I feel like the learning English, what I see with everybody, most of the people that I'm around is like they're just like shy. At one point I was like, okay, if you understand me, that's good. If you don't,
yeah, don't worry about
that's
if it's
good.
Perfect.
Exactly. I was like, I'm just gonna talk to you, and then if I don't understand something that you're saying, I'm gonna ask you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I learned. And I didn't went to school. I didn't took any courses. So it's funny how I learned, because I learned through text messages with the autocorrector. That's how I learned how to write and how to read, watching movies, subtitles and things like that, and how to speak. I used to talk to Siri.
Nice.
My thing was, if Siri understands what I'm saying, then people is gonna understand what I'm saying.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, how hard was it for you to learn to sell insurance? Like, what was it like in the beginning?
I feel like in the beginning was a little bit intimidating, more than being hard, And what I mean by that is, we think that we're just gonna go in there and then we're gonna be making mistakes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's like, I feel like that's the biggest issue that I found with like new agents, that they feel uncomfortable, that they, they don't know. But it's okay not to know. I remember my first appointment. I was there, and all I did was like, hey, Josh, hey, I'm here sitting with Mrs. Peggy. She's 61 years old. She has these and these medications. So which carrier should I go with? And she was like, yeah, go ahead, Americo. So I went and did Americo, and yeah, the application process is like so simple. And then that was another thing too, that early on, I feel like what helps me out is that I was open minded and I was very coachable. If the person that hired me, he will say, hey, watch this video, I will watch it. If they would tell me, hey, practice this, go on the America website, they have the e-app that you can practice, I will go and practice it. Hey, like, make these calls, I will make the calls. So yeah, I feel like that has helped me out a lot.
Now, when you started selling, or were you going in the home or doing it over the phone?
I was going in the home.
Do you still go in the home?
I still go in the home. I love going to see people face to face. Like, I'm a people person, so like, I
Yeah.
like to be surrounded and seeing you. Yeah.
Me too. Yeah, I enjoyed going in the home and getting to know people. So you don't recommend telesales. You recommend actually going to the house.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I do like a hybrid thing. Mostly it's in home, but now is this thing where like I see all the team like doing telesales and like all the family first life, you know, growing into the telesales thing. So I do telesales as well. I kind of like mainly focus on in home, but if for some reason they don't want me to come over or whatever, I was like, okay, let's just take care of it. Let's just take care of it right now. It's gonna take about whatever time it's gonna take, and then we go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what's your motivation? Is it family? Is it why are you so driven?
It's my family. I mean, it's my family, and then also to myself. Like, I feel like I owe it to myself. Of like, I came to the U.S.
Did you
you
come by yourself?
No, I came with my brother. My mother, she lived here. So yeah, funny thing about that is like, for many years I didn't knew I was coming here because I was going to college out there. I was like a year and a half away from graduating and everything. I guess my dad told my mom not to tell us anything about that we were gonna come to the U.S. because he wanted us to be focused on school. So I didn't find out until like 3 months before. And she was like, okay, you guys have the chance to come here. You can come for 6 months. If you like, you stay. And if you don't, then you just go back. Long story short, I'm here. So yeah, I
So
liked
you
it.
liked it.
Yeah, I did. I like the Arizona hit. That's where I came first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Arizona.
So where do you live now?
Right now, I'm currently living in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, nice.
I actually just moved about a few days ago. I was living in Lincoln, Nebraska for a while.
You're all over the place.
Yeah.
How's Nebraska?
It's really nice though. Like, it's pretty cool people, really nice. Midwest. The only thing that I didn't like much is the snow though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I was like, nah. It's nice to see it. It's nice to be for 3 days, but after that, you're like, okay,
Enough.
I'm good.
Yeah. Okay, so you started selling. Now, you didn't start recruiting people for several months. What was holding you back from recruiting people?
I was that secret agent. I was. I did. I forgot to mention this. I did an MLM for a little bit, a company. So I was like right
What
there.
were you selling?
Health products like
Okay.
shakes. Yeah.
Was it like Arbonne or something?
Similar. Yeah.
Thrive?
No.
Which one?
Herbalife.
Oh, Herbalife.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I was.
Dude, there's
doing
an
that.
Herbalife building here that's massive.
Yeah. The
It's
warehouse.
huge. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Everything. It's pretty good right there and everything. But like, one of the things that I didn't personally like too much to do was like, okay, my friends and my families, and you can only just tell your families and friends
So
just
much.
so much.
So you were the secret agent. What do you mean by that?
I was just doing my thing. I was like just selling. I'm like, okay, if I can, sell, if I can make a living, which I was making a pretty good, I'm still making a pretty good living. But, I was like, okay, just not gonna tell anybody, as a matter of fact, like I did not get like sold a policy to any of my warm market into like March this year,
So
something
check
like
this
that.
out. So when I got my license, I was super shy, and I didn't talk to my friends or family. And one of my friend's parents said, "Hey, they asked me about insurance, so they opened the door for me to talk to them, but I was so shy I didn't follow up on it." Okay? Well, he ended up dying like a year later, and I went to the funeral and they had no insurance and the whole family was crying about this situation, and I'm like, "Dude, I totally messed up by not talking to people and believing in what I'm doing." So from that day, I've always I've been proud of what I'm doing because, dude, one day someone's gonna thank you for setting up the insurance for their family. You know?
Yeah, and then we actually recently had something happen to that. Not in my family, but like one of the agents that I work with on their family side. Yeah, someone passed away, and like they didn't had, you know,
And they didn't sell their family.
yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. So one of the things that I changed, it's and it has not been that long. It's been like 2 months since I started to like, talking to people about the business, sharing the opportunity, and then I actually go to everybody now like that I know. It's like, no, you need life insurance. This is not something that first you can just get whenever you want, and second, the sooner you get it taken care of, the better it's going to be, not just for your family, on the future, or but for yourself. There are some policies that we can help, for like retirement accounts and things like that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, there is a lot more
So
benefits than just
don't be
that.
a secret agent.
Don't be a secret agent.
Be
Yeah,
proud of what you're doing.
be proud of what you're doing, and like, um, it's one thing that you guys say that I love. It's like, it's not about you. You know, I was doing it just
It was about
it
you.
was about me. Yeah, and I started to think about, it's like, yeah, I mean, it's not about me.
So one of my friends, he is like this influencer dude, and he has a big following on social media, and he's got a lot of friends that are influencers online. And he said a lot of them are in financial services, but they won't tell anybody. So they made their millions in financial services, but it's like they're too good for it. So they don't mention it. And he's like, I'm going to scream everywhere from the rooftops. You can make a very good living in financial services, and I'm going to tell everybody about it. And I think if you feel that way, it's hard to not build a business, and it's hard to not sell.
Yeah, I strongly feel about it like that, now. And then also, it has to do too with like I've been like surrounding myself with like a different environment, and I look back a year ago on like where I'm at today, how things have changed, things that I've been able to do, not just for myself but for my family and things like that, right? But like my circle, has changed a lot, so that also has helped.
So what was your circle like before?
I mean, it was not like it was bad or anything, don't get me wrong. It was not bad people or anything, but it was just like they want different things. They do different things, in life than what I want. Now I'm like just, surrounding myself more with like people like minded that wants to go where I want to go, you know? And then I've been meeting a lot of people on the industry
Mm-hmm.
as well. So the thing that like click, like, we all have those aha moments, right?
Yeah.
One moment for me was I actually got the chance to fly with Jordan Larry and Sean on the plane. So I flew
On
from
the jet?
yeah, on the jet. Yeah,
What'd you think of that thing?
that was cool.
It's fast, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's pretty cool. How can you just go here, stop in Arizona for a little bit, and then okay, we're gonna go now to California. Yeah, so But like what they were
How'd you
saying.
work that out? How'd you end up on the plane?
I actually, so it was a training that happened right here at the office, and then you have to qualify for it, and then I did, and then Sean just used me. I mean, not I don't know how to phrase that, but like he like picked me as an example of like someone to build relationship with. Like his think of like how you want to grow up your agency is like don't talk to the same people always, create new relationships, bring someone new in, and then show them, and like that's pretty much what he's been doing for me. And I'm like, okay, like, and the one thing that I resonated with that he said, it was like, do you want to build so he said like you can be two kind of agents, right? You can be a pretty good sales agent, get a pretty good living, or and then just get by, which you will get by pretty well. Or do you want to build a business? If you want to build a business, then you have to start recruiting. You have to start talking to people. You have to start sharing this opportunity, you know? And then I got that from him. It's like, don't be selfish. Like, stop thinking about yourself. Like, just think about how it changed your life and how it can change so many other people's lives. And then I think that way, and I strongly believe that it can change. Not, I mean, everybody could do it. Not everybody's going to do it. Because like I had no experience. I did not know anything about the insurance. I didn't have an insurance policy on me. On the Hispanic community is kind of like a thing.
Do you have one now?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I got two.
You got kids?
No.
Girlfriend?
Nah. Yeah. So I'm solely focused right now on building this.
Nice, man.
Yeah, and that's one of my things. I see what you guys build. I see the life that you guys have, and that's what I think right now. Like, I don't have that responsibility of kids or wife or anything like that. So like one day I do want to have kids. I want to have, a wife. So when the time comes, I want to be able to provide and then have that, lifestyle where like,
you can be with your kids?
Exactly. I can be with my kids. I can spend time with them. And then also, like, I don't have to think, like, okay, do I gotta, I'm going to miss the games. I'm going to miss, the little things, So, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though. Now, if somebody wanted to work with you and they're watching this and they can relate to you, let's say there's something about you where they go, I'm similar. Maybe it's not speaking perfect English, or maybe it's whatever it is. Can they reach out to you?
Yeah, definitely they can.
And you can teach them?
Yeah, I will definitely help them out.
What's your phone number?
Phone number is 402-417-6057.
Now, if somebody is thinking about doing this, what advice would you give them?
I look back and then I look in what I was thinking at the point, and then you guys say this a lot. It's like the worst thing that can happen is you're gonna get your life insurance, your insurance license, right? And then you're gonna suck at it, and then you're gonna have to go back and get a job. Now, the worst case scenario is like you're gonna have your license, and you're gonna be able to get an insurance policy on yourself and insure your family, and along the way, like maybe some people that But honestly, it's just try it. Like you don't know
what do you got to lose.
What you got to lose. Yeah.
Why do you think most people don't try it?
All they think about is them and what other people is gonna think about them.
What other people are gonna think about them.
Yeah.
When I quit the grocery store, I had everybody telling me that insurance was a scam. You can't do it. It's a pyramid scheme. You name it.
Yeah. I heard some similar stuff, The thing that I hear
and then I kept getting calls like, are you still doing that insurance thing? Because people wanted me to say no. They wanted me to say no. I'm bagging groceries again.
I'm glad you didn't quit.
Me too.
Yeah.
But that's really the truth, dude. People don't do it. If somebody's unhappy with their situation, the reason they don't do this is because they're scared of what other people are going to think if they fail.
Exactly.
And that's it.
Yeah. And that is because they're thinking about themselves.
That's exactly why. So if
Yeah.
you're not thinking about yourself, you can't think about you can't care about what other people think.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, there is a saying that people doesn't care about what happens to you, and then also like when something bad is happening to you, right? 80% of people is not gonna care, and 20% of them it's glad it's you, right? At the end of the day, they are thinking about them as
Yeah.
well. So
So there in psychology, I think it's called the spotlight theory, I
mhm.
believe, if I can remember right. And what that is everybody's thinking about themselves. When you think they're thinking about you, they're worried about themselves. So no one's actually ever thinking about you.
Yeah,
So like, all right, we're in the office. Let's say there's 15 people here, right? Everybody in here walked in thinking about something that they're probably worried about their own lives.
hmm,
It could be small, it could be big, some things could be worse than others, but every single person walked in thinking about them. And then we're worried about, do they like my shoes? Do they like my pants? Do I look dumb? Do I sound dumb on the phone? They don't care. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So why worry?
yeah, exactly.
So you stopped worrying. You started building your business. You started um, s- talking to people you knew, recruiting, selling, being proud of what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's why I started to do, because like I honestly don't think there is anything like any other opportunity better than this,
There's not.
where like you can be um you can be in a tough situation one day, and like within a week or two you can like completely turn around your financial situation.
Yeah. So my
Like,
buddy said this, um, and I was like, dude, that's spot on. He goes, the reason you like this is because it's where people that are underdogs in general can do really well. And it's like, dude, you're an underdog. Come in here not speaking English, but you can overcome it in this industry. And then I thought about it. I always like the movies with underdogs where the underdog wins.
that's like everybody's favorite movies,
Yeah.
if you really look back.
Yeah. I just watched the Kurt Warner American Dream movie. Have you seen that?
No.
Dude, that's an incredible movie.
Yeah,
Like, it's insane.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, but even the Rocky movies and, um, dude, all these underdog movies are so good. But this is like where you get to live that, because if you have hard work, you want to help people, you want to do the right thing, then you can win big.
Yeah,
And there's so many people doing it.
that's what I like the most. Is so many people doing it on like on different levels and from like a lot different backgrounds, not only ethnicities, but like female, male. Like it doesn't really matter right here.
Doesn't
Like,
matter what your background, ethnicity, nothing.
yeah, nothing. Yeah, as long as you willing to put in the hard work, then yeah,
You can do it.
numbers
Now,
are
have
gonna
you
work
wanted
out.
to quit at times?
Yeah.
Give me an example when you wanted to quit. What happened?
I mean, actually, yeah. So
Yesterday?
no, no. Yesterday I didn't. No, yesterday was really nice. So I'm actually like I just moved into a new apartment. So yesterday I was like setting up the office setup and everything. Like I never thought in 1,000 years that I would have like a little office set
You
up
got
on my
your own
apartment.
office.
No,
Oh, at your
no, I'm
apartment.
an apartment. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, I'm planning to get in an office, but yeah, just not yet. But so what I was gonna say, the day that I wanna one of the days, it's so that was my first time that I ever booked 8 appointments in one day. And that day, like other days, like I have booked like 4 or 5 appointments, things like that. That day was my first day. I had a full calendar, 8 appointments on a Friday. I remember that. So I showed up to my first one, 8 a.m. Was a no sell. Second one was a no sell. Third one was a no sell. And then um, I went through all the whole day, no sell. And I was like, what's the point of booking the whole day if I'm gonna do worse than? But now that I look back and I think about it, is the biggest issue, and what I didn't understand is like I took what happened to my first appointment to my second appointment. And what happened to my first and second appointment, I took it to my third appointment, and so on and so on. And I went like that the whole day instead of,
Yeah.
yeah, nowadays it's like, okay, it's a no sell on the first one. Hey, no worries. Like, go
You
second one
have
fresh,
to, you
new.
have to let it go,
Yeah.
including good dialing.
Yeah.
So what I used to do is I would dial. If the person told me to pound sand, I'd get pissed. I'd kick the desk, call the next person. I brought that crap into the next appointment. They told me to pound sand, and then, it kept repeating itself because of the way I was communicating.
Yeah. I used to do that in the beginning a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if someone tells you no, it's okay, it's an isolated thing, don't mix it in with any other appointments.
Exactly. Don't mix it into another appointments. And like, if you already work with us, right? Don't forget that we have unlimited lead. Like, we have so many.
What kind of leads do you run?
I run CRM mainly.
That's good.
Yeah.
Sweet, man. Well, congratulations on your success.
Oh, thank you.
And anybody watching, if you're feeling like you want to stop caring what people think and you're looking for a change, call Oliver and he can get you going.
Yeah. Which you should stop caring what everybody else thinks.
Yeah. 100%.
So yeah. And then also, I don't know if I can give my Instagram.
Give him your Instagram.
Yep. It's Monte Black 502.
That's MONTEBLACK 502.
Yeah. That's it.
Cool.